Hi again, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for spending time with me and interacting with my channel. I really appreciate you. And I also really appreciate everyone who was patient while I was sick and recovering. And I apologize for not uploading videos for a while, but I was just not able to talk without coughing. So this is another revisit. This is Casselberry, Florida, and they had some amazing new stuff. They also had the Astro Designs paper pads, and they're not really paper pads. I keep calling them paper pads, but they're packets of cardstock paper, and the multicolor ones have 84 sheets and they're $5, and the single color ones have 60 sheets and they are $4. But either way, that is a great price for cardstock. That is an amazing amount of cardstock for a really low price. And even if it is more expensive than the other ones, it's great. This paper right here was a quarter a sheet. It's 12 by 12. It's sold in single sheets. They're each individually wrapped so that they stay nice and clean. And you can't see it very well, but those are metallic stripes. So beautiful. I mean, that paper is so beautiful. I bought 8 of them, and I have a really cool idea for what I'm going to do with those in a card. So pay attention to my channel. I will show you making cards. They had these Cricut ones, and I can't remember if this store had the other Cricut size ones, but they had this size. And this is so cool, resin people. My resin people, there are some great resin molds here. That was a little hand, like you could put a ring or something in. Little chipboard pieces for junk journals or for card making. I'm sorry, they're not chipboard. They're die cut pieces for junk journaling, card making, and they had this mink clipboard, and I'm not really sure why you'd need a clipboard made by Mink with the Heidi Swap brand on it, but they did have them. And look at the number of those beautiful, beautiful sheets. This is weird. I've seen this in a couple of stores. It's supposed to have markers in it, but none of them have ever had any markers in it. It's like they made all the cases and shipped all the cases, but didn't do any of the markers to put in there. Oh, they did have more Cricut cards. Yeah, so this store had a really good supply of stuff for card makers and a really good supply of stuff for people who do paper crafting or people who want to do junk journaling. This store had a lot of really cool stuff in it. And like this right here, this would be great for junk journaling. And then they had these Park Lane sheets that you can put into a 12 by 12 memory book. So if you want to do scrapbooking or things like that, they've got these protector sheets for that. Beautiful stuff. The markers I didn't think were a great buy because they were $1, but this mat, this self-eating mat, they were $3, and that is a great buy. I've seen these in several stores, and someday I really need to read what the box says to find out what this is for. I keep showing it in case anybody who watches my Shop With Me videos is interested in finding out what this is or to buy it, but I've never actually read it, so I don't know what it is. These are really cool cut apart sheets. They were a quarter a piece, but they were paper. They didn't have that cardstock feel. And the same with this. This was more like paper, but it was thicker than the other one. This was definitely cardstock, and this was such a pretty paper. It was kind of shimmery. I don't really think it was shimmer cardstock, but it was kind of shimmery. And oh my gosh, this is poster size paper. And this is me trying to figure out how I'm going to get out a sheet in order to show you. And then I noticed that there was in the back, there was a sheet all on its own. I'm like, I'm sitting here trying to pull these out and didn't even realize that there was a sheet upside down right back there that I could have just pulled out so easily. But I did figure it out finally, pulled it out. We Are Memory Keepers. A quarter. 25 cents for a poster-sized sheet of this beautiful ombre effect flowers that are just beautiful from We Are Memory Keepers. I bought 4 sheets of this. I think I'm going to fussy cut out the flowers and make them into cards, and I think that'll be just beautiful. This is the same kit that they've had in several other stores where you can decorate your cake with the little horn and everything. And they had glitter cardstock, and this seemed to be good glitter cardstock in that it's not going to cause craft COVID in your room. And they had a whole big pile of these, but they were just set on top of stuff. And I'm assuming that they were a quarter a piece, but I didn't buy any of them, so I don't know. Maybe they were, maybe they weren't. Back around to some vinyl, and this store didn't have as good a selection of vinyl as some of the other stores have, but they did have some really cool stuff. And there's a whole big pile of those hand-shaped resin molds, and this store had a great resin mold. This is a resin mold to make resin bracelets. Oh my goodness. And they had more than just this one. So it's not that they only had this one, but it was just a great deal for, I think the price tag said $1. I mean, that is incredible for a resin mold. And that is such a cool resin mold. There are so many things that you could do with that resin mold. as far as craft shows or things like that. You know, you could make so many different beautiful bracelets out of it. It's just so cool. Anyway, here's some other stuff that they had hanging on this, the pegs on the hanging on the dollar table. And this was the dollar table. Not everything over here was $1, but this was the dollar table, and they had a lot of really cool stuff on it. And really cool things to look at. And I thought this was really neat because it has a lot of stickers in it. And these were so cute, teeny tiny little gold clothespins. And this I've shown in another video, but this is really cool. I bought one of these at one point in time, and I haven't used them yet, but they are beautiful stencils, great for Christmas. You get 3 of them for $1. And these right here would be so neat if you just put these into a lunchbox, or if you put them in a junk journal page, or if you use them as an insert in a card. Oh, they were so cute. I thought that was a neat little thing. And there you can see the rest of all the bracelet molds. And of course, they had the Cricut pens that are made to go into the Cricut machine, or you can buy adapters for the other ones. And I think they were $1.99 in this store. So not too bad. They've been $2.99 in some other stores. And then we get over to the obligatory food section, which there hasn't been as many sprinkles in the stores that I've been going in recently. Some pouring paint, and a beautiful gold color, that pouring paint. And here we have just a round mold. And I've seen football shapes, I've seen other things, but that was a nice big round mold. So here we have the sprinkles, the obligatory sprinkles, and it just says, you know, so many different things. And that bottle right there, I should have focused on it more, is the stuff that you use to make drip down the side of a cake. So imagine for Halloween a drip down the side of the cake with those little eyeball gems or those little eyeball sugar pieces on it. That would be so awesome. Okay, so maybe I'm kind of macabre in that, but I love Halloween. Halloween has got to be my favorite holiday. I absolutely adore Halloween. These say vellum on them, and there was a package opened in one store, and it's not vellum, so I'm not sure why they say vellum on them, but it is nice cardstock. And here's the Delilah pad again. I honestly think that they made either millions and millions of these Delilah pads, or they're the one that just got sent out to every store through some random fluke of distribution. And for junk journalers, look at all these different journals that you can get. And these have different types of paper on the inside. Some of them were dot paper. Some of them were line paper. And you could cut them apart, and use them as pages in your junk journals. And, you know, for the price, that's really not a bad thing to do. This little tell your story. Blah, blah, blah. I lost my train of thought. The tell your story thing that they have at so many of the different stores. And this was really neat, but I found it a lot cheaper in another store. I think it was $2 in this store, and I found it for 80 cents in another store. The paints, all of these Ollies seem to have tons of this paint. So I'm not really sure if this paint actually came from the American crafting. Teachers, college students, this is 60 different highlighters. It's 12 markers of 5 different colors, I think, or 10 markers of 6 different colors, but it's a really, really cool pack, and it was so inexpensive. And I forgot to take a peek at what the price tag was before I started doing my voiceover, so I'm not sure how much it was. Slime people, there's your glue right there. And then these are more permanent markers. And these Arteza things are showing up a lot more in the Ollies that I'm going to. And I'm thinking that maybe this is the next palette of stuff that came out of American Crafts, or possibly another liquidation that I just haven't heard about. I showed that. I wouldn't buy that particular set of acrylic paints because it was like $6 for 4 bottles, and you can get so many other cheaper paints at Ollie's. These are really cool. This is the same. This is 24 markers again, but I love the color. I love the cover of the box. I thought the box was absolutely amazing. I would have bought them if I'd needed any markers, and y'all know I don't need any markers, but I would have bought them if I'd needed any markers at all, just to have the box, because I thought the box was so cool. And we're over here to the pegboards again, and there really wasn't a whole lot of interesting stuff or new stuff on these pegboards. While we're looking at this, I'm just going to go up and down what's on the kit aisle, and this Ollie's had a pretty decent kit aisle where they had all the different arts and crafts things. But while we're looking at that, I do have a giveaway going on. That is the thumbnail for the giveaway video that has the link to the giveaway form, and right now, as of right now, I only have 6 entries. So, and I'm giving away 5 greeting cards, 5 of my handmade greeting cards. So you have a really good chance of winning right now at this point. The giveaway is open from last Sunday till 4 o'clock on this coming Sunday. So I will close the entry form at 4 o'clock on Sunday. And if you get your entry in, you have a really good chance of winning. I thought this was really cool. I've seen these recipe containers in other stores, but this one, I just loved the print on it. It doesn't say it's lemon recipes, but it does have lemons on the box, and I thought that was really cute. So here we are back at the vinyl, and the craft vinyl in this store was $2, which is really a good price for craft vinyl, but unfortunately most of it is not iron-on. And I'm looking for iron-on because I want to use it in my card making now that I know that I can put it on cardstock. This is a great buy. This is $10 for a create-your-own set of wedding invitations. And oh my gosh, in this store later, oh, wait till you see another set of invitations. They were such a good deal. This is a little coloring book, and this is one little book, and they were actually sold in a multi-pack. Somebody had opened up a multi-pack to see what was in there, but this is the multi-pack of them, and it's just Americana coloring book. So you've got these beautiful little pages that you can color, and they're really light and easy to take around. I love the Minion paper pads because the Minion paper pads are double-sided for $1.99. That is really cool. I love that. Again, junk journal people, get these little legal pads and you can cut them up and sew them into your junk journals. And then these little notepad reminders. And this is crepe paper. It's supposed to be used to make petals, but I mean, imagine putting some of that in your junk journal just for some texture and some unique design and some interest. And they did have these cards. They didn't have a whole lot of them at this store. And I don't even think I bought this set because I didn't know how much it was, but they were pretty cool, although I didn't put it back on the shelf, so maybe I did buy it. And these paper pads right here, the front page is so pretty. When I turn it over, you'll see that the actual pages, they have lines in the center of them, so it's not a full page of that. But I mean, you could still use that front page as the cover for a junk journal. Oh, that would be so cool. And they had different ones of those, and then more Minions, because why not? Minions are so cute. This store wasn't, this is a dig store. When you get into this store, this is a store, when you get to the aisle, you got to dig because it's not exceptionally well organized or anything. And these are supposed to be done as artwork for the wall, but look at these. If you put this page in a junk journal, or if you put this page in a memory book or something like that, or even if you have any use for those, I could even use them if I cut them up small into my cards, but I don't usually use big pictures. And they had that first one, which was Island, and they had this Wanderlust one. And oh, I love these pictures. They're so beautiful. This is well done photography. And it's not paper. It's a little heavier weight than paper, but not really cardstock, but so pretty. I don't have a great opinion of Harry Potter, especially because of what she has said about the Pride community. I don't really have a great impression of her, but I know some of you probably love Harry Potter, so I thought I'd point this out. This is a really cool little party thing. This is probably what was in there because it mentions that it has washi tape, and it mentions that it has charades, cards, and stickers, so that was in there, but it's also really heavy, so there's something heavy in the box in addition to that, some sort of book or something. And if you're interested in that for a Christmas present, go for it. You do you. I'm always going to say you do you. Thank you so much for your time and interaction with my channel. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for your patience as I was covering. Remember to go check out the giveaway video and click on the link so that you can enter the giveaway. And cheers!